Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Why Tupperware Why Now interview. And tonight I am interviewing Kristie Greer, and I'm so excited to be talking to her tonight. She's such a wonderful person. You're going to enjoy getting to know her over the next 20-ish minutes. So go ahead, real quick. My name is Ellen. I wanted to say hello. I have been in Tupperware about 14 years, and it has been such a huge it's had such a huge impact on our family. I mean, it's had a big impact on me mentally, and just financially, right? I came to Tupperware for money, but I found so much personal growth here in Tupperware. I was actually pretty shy. I wouldn't describe myself as a shy person, but I also did not like talking in front of people wasn't a strength. Let's put it that way. So I wasn't shy. I liked enjoying talking to people, but not groups of people or anything like that. And so I went from that person to being somebody that one is here live with you right now, which is crazy. But even, being able to do speeches in front of, I think the biggest crowd I spoke in front of is maybe like 1,000, 1,200, something like that. And so that is like amazing. Like if somebody would have told me all those years ago that I would at some point be training at that level on that stage, I would have been like, you're crazy. So that's one of the like happy side effects of this business is giving me courage to be able to do those things. And it's funny. So I have two high schoolers, and one of them right now is taking a speech class. And I said, okay, you do know, like, that's what I do. Like it's like, so if you want help, I have tips, right? And before this, I certainly would not have been the person to go to to talk to about techniques and tricks and tips to do speeches. So that is definitely one of the perks of the business. So so the other thing that I absolutely love about the business is just this, right? Getting to know Kristie. Kristie does not live near me, right? She lives in Tennessee. I'm in Ohio. I mean, I never would have met her. But before we jump over to Kristie, I wanted to say, go ahead, say hello in the chat. Tag the person that invited you so that they know that you're here. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them right there in the chat. At the end, we are going to do a question and answer section. If for some reason we miss yours, we skip over it, don't worry, we'll be answering those questions in the chat as well. And if you're watching the replay, that's okay too. You can just say replay or congrats, whatever it is that you want to say in the chat. And you can ask your questions there, and we'll be checking back. Now, if you have a question and you want an immediate answer and it's a replay situation or we didn't get back to you right away, go ahead and ask the person that invited you. I'm sure they have all the answers for you. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And so, Kristie, tell us, how long have you been in Tupperware?
I have been in Tupperware for about 8 years now.
About 8 years. And okay, so 8 years ago, why did you say yes to Tupperware?
Well, my mom was living at the time, and she would have the, we call it back in the day Tupperware parties, the in home parties. And of course, I was just a kid. So, we were talking, and I was like, I think I want to have a Tupperware party. She was like, okay. So I got online, I searched for a rep close to me, and come to find out it was one of our clients' daughter that sewed it. And so I called her. I was like, why did you not tell me that you sew Tupperware? I mean, that's. So anyway, um, I done a party, and I had on my party, it was like over a $900 party. So she was like, girl, you need to be selling. And I'm like, no, I can't sell anything. And she was like, no, really, you need to be selling. So I was like, no. And what sold me on Tupperware, well, was the products, but it's the small things really that matters, I guess, to me. It was a money bag that had the calculator on the front. I don't know. But anyway, she said, if you sign up, you get that, and you get the microwave pressure cooker. I was like, really? She said, yeah, you'll get it for like $25. I'm like, okay. this is sounding good. So anyway, I got that, and I started selling, and I started making money. And my husband was like, he didn't like it at first, and he was like, now we're talking. Okay, we can do this now. So I started selling, and then here I am. I'm just still selling. But I did sign up for the discounts. I wanted my kitchen stocked, so um, I have the cookware now. I have the iPad, and I have all the other little gadgets, and but I got my kitchen stocked up, so we're good.
Okay, so you have done more than get your kitchen stocked up over the years. Kristie has
Yeah.
consistently been one of our top sellers. She is so good with working the business, and I'm sure it's probably a lot of it is your own personal experience with the products. Since you love them so much, it makes it easy to talk about them, I'm sure. So, what
Mhm.
has been your experience so far in Tupperware? Like you came for a discount, but what did you find once you got in?
Um, just the people. I mean, just my Tupper friends. I mean, that they're I can call anybody, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, girl, let me tell you, let me send you this, or let me tell you this, or whatever." Because there's a lot of things that throughout the day that I don't see a lot of posts, and of course I miss them, and then I'm like, okay, so I'll just either go through and find them, or um, call one of you, and I mean, y'all always drop whatever and just answer any questions I have. So that's made it a lot easier.
Absolutely. And so, Kristie, do you do in-home parties or you do mostly virtual parties?
I have done maybe 4 in-home parties. I do all Facebook.
I love that. I love that. Now, before you came to Tupperware, are you a techie person? Like, are you good with things like that? Like,
Absolutely not.
I love it. I love it. So, how did you learn how to do that aspect of the business?
I'm the type where I have to mess with it. Um, I've learned by doing it, you know, just messing with it, the groups, going in there and finding little, or somebody will recommend, well, why don't you try this? Okay. I'm up for anything. I'll try whatever. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just me doing it and then learning from that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the best way to learn is doing. And sometimes it's doing it messy, right? You don't have it all figured out, but you're just like, all right, well, let's
Right.
just give this a shot and see what happens. All right. So
Right.
Kristie, why do you think now is a good time for somebody to join Tupperware?
Um, I mean, all the promos. I mean, it's like when you join, it's not that you can just pay the $15 and say, "Hey, I'm a rep, whatever." I mean, it's more than that. It's my paycheck. I mean, I didn't think that I would make $800 a week, or $1,000 a week, or $30 a week. I mean, it just if you, I guess, if you work for it. My husband said, "You work your tail off." I'm like, "Well, you do too." I mean, it's like if you don't work, you don't get it. And it's and it really it sells itself. But I tell a lot of people, just sign up. I mean, if you want the discount or whatever, that's fine. If you want a career, that's fine. But I guarantee you'll want a career. It's right now is the best time to do it. Um, but I mean, just do it.
Absolutely. No, I know but it's so true. I mean, everything you said is absolutely true. I mean, lots of people just like you, they sign up for a discount, but then there are people like I signed up to make money. I was looking for money. We
Mhm.
needed money. We were struggling financially. And so that was my purpose when I came into the business. And now the products were like the perk for me. Whereas like for you, the products were why you signed up, but the money is the perk. And so, yeah. And over the years, it's been fun working with Kristie over the years and getting to know her and just her approach to the business. And that is
Right.
the secret to people's success is being their authentic self. And her authentic self is, a Southern woman who shares her experiences and is just very real in all the best ways. And so that's, I think, what part of your secret to success, because people, they want that. People more than ever, people want real people. They want people they can relate to, and you are very relatable in so many things in your life and in your business. And I think that that's part of your success. Um, so we are going to launch into some questions. Okay. A couple questions that we have are, one of them is, how much time does it take? And and my answer to that is, it depends upon what you have, how much time you have into it, because it's one of those things that kind of works in and around your life. I see Kristie's having some connectivity issues, and that's okay. She'll be back, I'm sure. And so talking about Kristie, her husband has a business, and they raise dogs, right? And they train dogs. They're dog trainers, and they have a lot of dogs. And so that is something that they do. Here she is. All right. So that is something that they do as a business. It's a family business. And so she is able to support him in his business, but then also, and she also takes care of some of her grandkids. And so they're over, and so she kind of works her Tupperware kind of around all of the other obligations. And a lot of times that's the case that a lot of people are in. Not a lot of people are sitting around with all this spare time to start a brand new business. They're doing it in the nooks and the crannies, and they're just kind of making some extra money here and making some extra money there. And that's the beauty of it, is it's literally designed to do that. It's flexible. And some people, they like going and doing the in-home parties and taking the time to do that. Other people, they like the flexibility of the virtual business because they can do it anywhere. And sometimes Kristie travels with her husband to shows and things like that. So that's great for her to be able to do that virtual business while she's doing those things with him. So another question that people ask is what, how much time does it take and how much money can you make? And Kristie kind of touched on that while she was talking. It depends upon, your efforts that you put into it and what it is that you're looking for. I mean, if you're looking for a couple extra $100 to pay for dance lessons or to pay for, sports equipment or things like that for your kids or for yourself, right? If you're looking for an extra couple $100 for that, absolutely. But there are people that come in to really help and assist the family budget, right? And so there are people that come in looking to make the mortgage payment, looking to make a car payment, looking to make some of those bigger bills kind of go away and take some of that pressure off of the household. And that's very achievable as well. So it just depends upon, we say your goals are our goals. So my goals, I came into the business to make the money, right? And so I came in expecting to make money. I came in expecting to make a couple $1,000s a month. And at this point, I'm definitely making that. So, so it just depends upon what it is that you're looking for. And the last thing a lot of times people ask is about the training. And again, Kristie kind of touched on that as well. We have a lot of groups that you can pull stuff from, you can pull graphics from, because there are a lot of people, they think about doing a business like this, but they're like, I don't know the first thing about making a graphic or shooting a video or doing anything like that. And let me tell you, neither did I till like about 2 years ago when COVID hit. Because before then, I was just pulling stuff from everybody else. What they did, I would just grab it and use it at my parties and use it in my business. And then I was kind of like, well, I have some original ideas and I want to implement some of my original ideas and my personality into things. So if I'm going to do that, I kind of got to learn how to do some of these things. But it was years That's 2 years ago. I've been in 14 years. So for 12 years, I took everybody else's stuff and I just, used it as my own, which is the beauty of the business. That's what we do. We have a copy and paste group for everybody. There's also other groups out there that are not with our company that you can pull stuff from. And Tupperware even has now an online social media marketing program that you can opt into for a very minimal fee to be able to use in your business and your online marketing for your business and at your parties. And I tell people, I'm like, I love that because it's time versus money, right? And so I don't have a lot of time, but I have the money to pay for that. So therefore, that's a great couple of dollars a month that I will gladly pay. So I don't have to worry about messing with that. Now, some people, they don't, the money is kind of tight. They don't want to spend that extra money a month, but they have more time, or maybe they also have that experience of being able to make graphics and they have some of their original ideas. So they want to do it on their own. And so it's just a taster's choice. It's whatever it is that you have. And so yeah. And in Tupperware now, I have to say, now when you join, it doesn't matter when I say level you join at, that just means how you're starting, whether you're starting with a $15 startup or the upwards of the highest one is 119, right? So whatever it is that you're starting with, it's the same. Everybody gets the same like virtual stuff going on. You have a free shopping website, which we didn't used to have. You get paid weekly on orders that are on that free shopping website, which is amazing. And so you really truly can start a business for $15, as low as $15, which is just absolutely amazing. So, Kristie, was there anything else that you wanted to share today? Just maybe if think about it from this perspective. If there's somebody out there and they're watching this right now and they're like, that seems really great and Kristie seems really nice, but I don't think I could ever do something like this, what would be your advice to them?
Oh, honey, if I could do it, you could do it. I mean, I'm not very computer friendly person. I do copy and paste everything because I don't have the time or, um, to do it. But just do it. I mean, $15, what the heck? I mean, it's the best $15 you will ever spend, I promise.
Absolutely. I heard somebody compare it this weekend. They said you spend more than that at Chick-fil-A, right?
Absolutely.
And you can get a business for it. You can open your Tupperware account. And then by just even opening a Tupperware account, worst case scenario, you get a discount for a year and you can buy all the stuff that you're wanting for your kitchen. Best case scenario, you could find friendships, you could find, rewards, incentives, money, you can find all those things. So thank you so much for joining us here today, Kristie. I really appreciate it. And again, it has been
Thank
so fun
you.
working with you and watching you grow in the business. Because I tell you what, everybody, a year ago, if I would have asked her to do this, she'd be like, you got the wrong girl. Am I right? Yeah. She says, yeah. She's like, I'm not going
Yeah.
live. That's not happening. So kudos to you, Kristie, and all your growth and the amazing things that you've accomplished in this business. So thank you so much.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody. Thank you.